Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I apologize to you guys for that awkward beginning of the show tonight. For some reason, we're having technical difficulties, and we're waiting on our co-host, Kay Renee, to join us in just a few moments. But I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday weekend. So glad to be here with you guys on a rainy tornado warning type Tuesday here in the Chicagoland area, but the holiday weekend was really great. Coming up on tonight's show, we're going to talk about all the latest gossip and entertainment that took place over the weekend, and we have the honor and pleasure of welcoming back to the show lifestyle and fitness expert Mr. Tony Hill. Tony is the creator of Touché Fitness, and he'll be here tonight to talk to us about our body type. September is Self-Care Awareness Month, and during this month, it is so important that we talk about how do we take care of ourselves, how do we make sure we're living the most balanced life. And next Monday evening, we're going to start a 10-day self-care challenge here on the show. You guys will really love that. All right, so now we're going to start the show over again, so don't go anywhere, just hold tight. We'll do it right. I just didn't want to start the show late and not let you guys know what was going on, but just hold tight. We'll start the show over and we'll be out. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Hey, Kay Renee, do you have your headset?
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
I know we've been off on vacation. It's just a lot going on, but glad you guys are here with us this evening. Thank you for helping us get through our technical difficulties tonight. I have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure. As I was saying in the pre-show that you guys got a little sneak peek of, September is Self-Care Month, and during the entire month of September, we're going to talk about the importance of self-care. And with that being said, coming up later on in the show is fitness, lifestyle expert, health, all that great stuff, Mr. Tony Hill of Touché Fitness, and he's going to talk to us about our body types and how to get ourselves on the best fitness regimen for the fall season. All right, our co-host is none other than Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. She's been on vacation. She's back and everything went bonkers. And so we did have a little technical difficulty at the beginning of the show, you guys. Please forgive us. We're back on track. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Miss Kay Renee. What's up?
Hi, Art. Thank you so much for your patience. I was like, now, I went on vacation, but my laptop sure as hell shouldn't have been on vacation. How about that?
That's all right. Did you take the laptop on vacation with you?
I did. I did.
Well, you know what? Your laptop may be like my luggage. Now, remember, my luggage was missing for 12 days.
I know.
So your laptop maybe, doing some things that's not supposed to be, doing what it is doing. And so, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Is everything good now? I think the audience can hear us. We're
Yes.
not getting any reverb, and we were able to
Yes.
start the show all over again. That's okay. People know we've been on vacation, and that's the way it is the first day back. Thank God we're not a major network. We're just,
Hey.
this little bitty show that could. Yes.
Absolutely. No, I'm doing fine. Vacay was interesting, as all maybe most of you know. I was in Vegas, baby.
Yes,
I,
you
I went
were.
to Vegas.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this, because I've not been to Vegas since the pandemic or the reopening of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question. How is Vegas? How was it? Did you get out much? Was there a lot of people?
Yes, 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 all that. I really, I really want to thank my sister, Miss Patricia Crowder, because she was the one that initially reached out to me earlier this year and said, "Karen, I want you, if you can get a chance to come to Vegas, you would be my special guest." So lots of love to Miss Pat Crowder, and I'm hoping, because I told her, I said, now you got to watch the show now. She said, I will be a regular guest of, or regular member of the Chat Daddy. I said, that's right, you got to
Yeah.
be part of Chat Daddy's show.
Yes. Well,
But
thank you.
we went out. It was hot as hell. When we landed, it
Yes.
was 105 degrees. You hear me?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I saw today where somebody was stuck in Vegas because of our
Mm,
bad weather here in Chicago, and they were saying that it was 107 degrees, I think it
mm-hmm.
was. But the difference between 107 in Chicago and 107 in Vegas is at least that's dry heat. So did you?
Yeah, but it still was humid, and I had sunburn right here on my nose. I
Oh
said,
no!
now what the heck? I've only
Right.
had sunburn twice in my life, when I was in Houston, and then now being in Vegas. But let me tell you, what really surprised me, I said this to you privately, Art, when I arrived at Midway and I took a photo of me with the face shield, with the mask, I felt as if I was a little girl traveling for the first time. It was so surreal, right?
Yes, yes.
So we landed there. I literally, my first day, I slept. I slept for 9 hours. I hadn't slept like that straight in a very long time. And
Wow.
we went to see Cirque du Soleil's. Oh, I would highly recommend, if you go to Vegas, you must see that show. It is just
Wow.
off the charts,
Very
right?
good. Very good.
And then I love my In-N-Out burger, right? So
Yes.
after the show, we took a cab and went through the drive-through to get our In-N-Out burgers.
Oh,
And
wow. How wonderful. I'm glad you had a great vacation. You look
I
well rested. I was so
thank
glad to
you.
see you when you got back. Everybody has
Yes.
missed us tremendously. A couple
Yes.
of people have sent me messages through my text message. They're like, Chad Daddy, you look awfully glowy tonight. You look like you've been to Saint Tropez. Well,
Uh,
no, today I had the pleasure and privilege of hanging out with two beautiful women, Miss Tanya
mhm.
Francisco and Miss Amy Rutledge. They are the new host of a wonderful new show that is coming to Chicago. It starts next Monday, the 13th. And we're very excited and happy for these two ladies. And it's just wonderful to be there and be a part of all of that. And so that's what I ended up doing today. And so that's why my face is made up. Shout out to the amazing Miss Debbie Davis. She came by at like 5:30 this morning and made me television ready. And
All
so
right.
shout out to everybody at Today Chicago. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to hang out today. I didn't say the name of the show yet, but it's Today Chicago. And we are just really excited about everything that's going to happen with this amazing show.
Oh, that's good. And
I
you
wish these
look
ladies nothing but the best.
and you look fabulous. Look
Thank you,
fabulous.
darling. Thank you.
Yes.
Daytime
Yeah.
Chicago. Did I say daytime Chicago, or what did I
I
say?
think you. I think you said
It's
you.
daytime
Time
Chicago. I got to get
Chicago.
used to it. I got to get used to that, being able to say it. It's a great show for them. It's a
All
wonderful
right.
show. Yes,
Good for
absolutely.
them.
Very
Good
good.
for them.
Absolutely. All
Yeah.
right. So, okay, Renee, we got a lot to talk about,
Oh
things that have
God.
happened since
Yes.
we've last been on the air.
Mhm.
First of all, I want to start off by saying our deepest condolences to the family of famed weatherman Willard Scott.
Mhm.
He passed over the weekend. As you guys all know, he started with the Today Show back in 1980. And Willard
Wow.
Scott was known for his outlandish antics as a
Yes.
weather person. I was even reading today in my notes where they said he was even considered like a buffoon, but he enjoyed doing buffoonery. Believe it or not, Willard Scott not only was a famed meteorologist, he also was the one that created the Smuckers 100th birthday
Yes.
that we love, and a lot of people really, as they say, live for it to be featured
Right.
on that Smucker's,
That's
label
right.
at 100. But he
Hmm.
also was the first Ronald McDonald in person, live Ronald McDonald.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
And he
Okay.
also was the first person to dress as Bozo the Clown.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh,
Yeah, Will
wow.
Scott was right, the first person to physically dress up as the character Bozo the Clown, and he would do it a lot of times for charity and things like that, unrelated to the Bozo that we're familiar with on
Hmm.
TV here. But the
Okay.
character Bozo the Clown is who he, was the first to dress up as Bozo the Clown.
Wow. Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
And then today, I would be in the home of where Bozo the Clown was created here in Chicago. So that
I,
brought back a lot of memories.
I bet. And I know in all the the celebrities from the news, the morning news, Al Roker was just like, you could tell he was devastated because he said that was my second dad. He
Oh,
was like
absolutely.
taught him
Mhm.
everything he knew. So he's now with his ancestors at age 87. So our prayers go
Yes.
out to Mr. Willis Scott. But since we've been off the air, we've had a few more transitions that have left us.
You want to talk
Um,
about some of them? Let's save the big one. I want to save that for a segment story. But if you
mm,
want to talk about the other people who have passed away, go right ahead.
let's not forget Mr. Cantankerous Lou Grant. Ed Asner died at 91, and
That's
I
right.
really liked him, even though he was grumpy, cantankerous. He had just a giving heart, and a lot of people don't know about Ed that he was the president of the Screen Actors Guild. A
Yes, he
lot of people
was.
didn't know. And
Mhm.
for those youngins, if you get a chance to see Roots, he starred in Roots, and he was
Mhm.
very good as an activist. A lot of
Right.
people don't know that either. So even though, because he was saying, I think I read in an article somewhere when Gavin McLeod passed away. Captain Steubings in a Love Boat, but he was also in Mary Grant and Lou Grant and the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Right.
He made a comment that only person now who is alive is Betty White.
That is
So
true. That is true. She's the only
so
one that's still living from
she's
that. Yep.
and she turns 100 next year.
I
She's just
know.
so he Ed was just a phenomenal actor. Even towards the twilight of his life, he was starring as using his voice for um, characters in cartoon stories.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
I really liked Ed, even though a lot of people say he was just too grumpy. I said, yeah, but the ones who are really grumpy, those are the ones who have the soft heart. So, our prayers
Absolutely.
go to the family and colleagues alike of Ed Asner.
Yes. Absolutely. Any other deaths we need to mention?
Well, I know we're going to mention that one, so we'll save that. But I think,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, since I have been gone, I know we're going to talk about COVID and the mask because I think I told you, folks in Vegas, they don't like wearing masks.
People don't like wearing masks a lot of places. We'll talk about that in just a
Yeah.
little bit. We do want to send our thoughts and prayers out to everyone who has been affected by Hurricane Ida. Hurricane
Oh my
Ida not
goodness.
only hit the state of Louisiana and the Gulf of Mississippi, but it made its way up into the northeastern region of the United States. Heavily affected was New Jersey and New York. As of Saturday, at least 67 hurricane related deaths have been reported across 8 states. And this is a week after Ida made landfall in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually today, President Joe Biden visited New York and New Jersey to tour neighborhoods hit hard last week by the remnants of Hurricane Ida. And the reason why my schedule was completely thrown off on Friday is that I have several friends who have here in Chicago, we'll say basement apartments.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, they call those garden apartments. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had several people that I was so worried about who lived in New York and New Jersey. Because did you see the footage
I
where
did.
people's places were flooded? The one family was checking on something in their basement. Just so happened the one son was able to get out of the basement in time enough. The basement crashed in.
Yeah.
Mom and brother are trapped. I do know of a 2-year-old toddler that died in
Yeah.
a garden unit. And so just devastating in so many ways. And to know that the number of people who are still suffering right now is still, horrible, because even in the third ward down in New Orleans or the Gentilly area of New Orleans, those
Mm-hmm.
people still have no power. And it's really, scorching hot there, much like you said in Las Vegas hot.
And see the end of the residents of Louisiana don't know when they're going to get power. They're
No,
estimating they may not get power till the end of this month. Can you imagine that? Not having
absolutely.
power for almost 30 days?
Yes, yes.
No, something ain't right with
So,
that.
well, it reminds me of when Houston lost power during the winter, and
Mm-hmm.
just a lot of things are going on. I can only imagine that our infrastructure system is probably not where it needs to be. Of hurricane is something that you cannot necessarily predict what type of damage it will create, but I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you it's not, pretty that these people have lost as much as they have like that and will still go without power for some time now.
I know we gotta keep we have to just keep everybody in prayer, because this is just, we talk about this on this show so often, that the way we live now is like of biblical proportions. To
Oh,
see
absolutely.
the footage, as you indicated, about the garden apartments in the Northeast. When I saw all that water cascading down in the subway, I said, "Oh my God!" And let's not forget what's New York known for when it rains like that. They little rats. So you
Yes.
got to think
Yes.
about that too.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, in New Orleans, they were worrying people, worrying them
right,
too, but
right.
warning them about possible alligators in the water.
Yeah, I believe that. Now I
So,
believe that.
right, right. So, yes, you were worrying them, but you were warning them about possible alligators in the water. Because, yeah, I can only imagine, being stuck in a situation like that and then having to worry about, again, giant rats or snakes or, any kind of animal
Hmm.
like that, coming in to attack.
Yeah, we gotta just keep what we say here on this show. We just gotta keep staying prayerful. Just stay
We do.
prayerful. Pray for
We do.
everybody.
Absolutely. Well, we want to give you guys the latest COVID-19 update numbers. Illinois Department of Public Health officials have reported 2,558 new confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19, 9 related deaths as of Tuesday. There has now been 1,555,375 total COVID cases, which includes 24,133 deaths in the state since the beginning of the pandemic. And so we just want to remind everyone to just please be careful, do the right things. I was just telling somebody over the weekend, in the last, let's say, 35 days now, I know 4 people who have contracted COVID. Whether they were vaccinated or not was not my question, but I did find out that 2 of the people were fully vaccinated, had breakthrough cases, and they are still not doing well at all.
Well, it's funny you mention that, because when we were in Vegas, one of our accounting friends, we were hoping to see him while we were in Vegas. Come to find out, he was in the hospital ICU, fully vaccinated, had COVID.
Right, right. And one of the news anchor men for one of the national networks said that he and his wife went out with a couple. The couple was fully vaccinated. They just had a dinner, enjoying each other's company. And come to find out that the couple that they were hanging out with, one of them are now ill with COVID and again fully vaccinated. So
Well,
my level of paranoia has been over a billion
think of
with these latest cases.
think about this. Oscar De La Hoya, well-known famed boxer, has COVID. Cedric Ceballos, great NBA star, I just saw that before we went on, has COVID. this is, people just don't believe truly fat means greasy. And I don't know what it's going to take. But I know what it's going to take for me. Wear my mask. Where
What
it
you said, wear my mask. Wear my
at?
wear my mask.
where
Right.
my,
Wear
my
my mask.
mask
Yes.
at?
All right. So our mask tonight is
Okay.
spread love, not germs. Spread
Okay.
love, not germs, you all.
There you
Right.
go.
Put the damn mask on.
Where
Right.
that mask
Yes.
go? Shoot.
Yes. Yes.
And
It's
and
no
that
good to be around people, but you better believe, as soon as I got up, I put my mask back on.
and necessary put that face shield on, because I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
when I was on the airplane, there were very few people wearing face shields. I didn't give a rat's butt at all. I'm like, let me just put this on the mask and go to sleep. I
Right.
didn't
Yes.
care.
All right. Well, it is being reported that Brookfield Zoo will be giving COVID vaccines to high-risk animals. Brookfield Zoo is now among the most recent recipient of coronavirus vaccine. The Chicago Zoological Society revealed on Tuesday that according to the zoo, veterinarians have started administering vaccine dosages specifically for animals that are high risk species. I don't know which ones that might be. The list right here, I don't have that list of which one it might be, but it's animals that might be susceptible to catching the COVID-19. So I don't know. We haven't heard of anything yet. As you guys all know, I have been kind of working with my great nephew, who is a English bulldog. He's only about 14 weeks old, and I took him for a walk today. And the other dogs were kind of, want to sniff with him and play around with it. You know how dogs do whatever. And I'm standing there like, we don't do this. I know I was sounding so bougie, but I was like, no, because we don't know where these
That's
other
right.
dogs been.
That's
We,
right.
I'm taking little doggy wipes and wiping his face, and I'm like, look, we don't know, and that would be horrible now if our animals were to start,
I know.
contracting COVID. I mean, I don't know.
I know my cousin who also does my hair. She just got I think he is 6 weeks bulldog. He is adorable. I'll see Mr. Zion. I guess I'm an auntie next week when I get my hair done. And I asked her when I spoke with her, I said, "How is Zion?" He said, "He is big." I said, "I cannot wait to see him because I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you." He is just
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
What type of dog is it?
I think he's a pit bull, but he's a mix with another breed.
Okay.
He is just so tiny. I mean, and loves to lick. I'm like, nah, I know this a boy dog, okay?
Yeah. I felt so bad today while we were out for the walk. My niece said to me today, she said, "Listen, Uncle Art, he can't walk any longer than 15, 20 minutes." I was like, hell, heifer, I can't walk no longer than 15 to 20 minutes. I said, so we could with each other. I said, right. I said, we probably will do this in less than 10 minutes. And he was a female dog, went past, and as little as he was, do you know, he kind of got up on her, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, this is a boy." I said, "This is a boy dog for sure." I said, "Wow." He kind of, and she looking. I'm like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Okay, yeah, no, this is not what this walk is all about." So yeah, that's what you know. This is not what this walk is all about.
Oh my goodness!
It's for you to get out and adventure, not get out and sow your wild oats. Okay, how about that? All right, good Lord. Yeah, who knew we'd have this conversation and it happened today? That's interesting. All right, well, let's continue to move on with our top news stories. I guess we do have to talk about something that hit many of us yesterday. Emmy-nominated actor Michael Keith Williams, was found dead in his New York apartment on Monday, September 6th. He was 54 years old. It is being reported or rumored allegedly, that drug paraphernalia was found in the room with him when he died. It is no secret that he's had a struggle with drug usage ever since he was a teenager. At the age of 25, he was at a club and an altercation broke out, and he was hit in the face, and that's how he ended up getting that gash across his face. But that gash also helped with roles that he was trying to play. It changed his life. all of that. And so I was truly shocked when I heard about this yesterday. It broke my heart. As we all know, he played for 6 seasons on The Wire. He went on to star in other high profile cable shows and movies, including 12 Years a Slave, Boardwalk Empire, Assassin's Creed, The Night of, and Lovecraft Country. And that's just so sad because when we found out that he died yesterday, everybody was just, blown away, just completely blown away.
The one thing I think everyone loved about Michael was the fact he was so authentic. He spoke his truth. He talked about his addiction, and that was one thing. I happened to see the interview that he did with Tamron, and
Hmm.
and he thanked her for
Right.
allowing him to really speak his truth, and she was just kind of amazed, saying, "Why are you thanking me? We're honored to have you." And he said, "There are a lot of shows that don't want me to talk about my addiction, but it needs
Hmm.
to be discussed." And
Right.
addiction is no joke. I just remember I never seen The Wire. I've always seen him in other different dramas like Law and Order, Criminal Intent, Law and
Yeah.
Order's SVU, and any character that he played, he was on point.
Hmm.
So, to hear this is just a reminder that, to a lot of people you think they have it all, but you don't know what happens behind closed doors with a lot of people. And I
No,
think
no.
we need to start exercising more um, compassion with each other because
Hmm.
again, not only is September self-care awareness, it's also suicide awareness month.
That's right.
And
That's right.
so, given what we are all going through and growing through in this pandemic, we need to start exercising a lot more compassion because we are
Hmm.
stronger than you ever realize. But we're all going through something different. But remember, we are one race, and that's the human race. And I
Yeah.
think if people understand that, you can be able to exude and embrace others that are struggling. And he apparently, it seemed that he was struggling and just didn't know, where to go, what to do. So he truly is with our ancestors, and job well done. Even though he had some challenges, but he made his mark. He didn't leave a
Mhm.
scar. He made a mark.
That's right. That's right. Well, he had just announced on his Instagram page on August 30th a new project that he had coming up and that he was excited to be a part of this project and, what the character would be about and all of that. And as you said before, we do not know what people go through on a day to day basis. We always
Mm-hmm.
think, everything is good and wonderful and all of that. But a lot of times people are really suffering in the background. And so that's why
Mm-hmm.
during this entire month of September on this show, we're going to talk about the importance of self care and things that you can do. Starting next Monday is our 10-day self care challenge. I'll tell you guys all about that tomorrow evening. All right. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Williams. We do our research here on the show. He was born in Brooklyn. His mother was from the Bahamas, and his father was from South Carolina. He was raised in the Vanderveer housing projects in East Flatbush. He had already, as I said before, had developed a drug problem as a teenager. He actually, you guys would recognize him as a dancer from a couple of music videos. He was in
Mm-hmm.
George Michael's video before. He actually was in Madonna's video. And then he also got his first film role as Tupac Shakur's brother in 1996 in the film Bullet. So, isn't that
Interesting.
something? Isn't that something?
Interesting.
Absolutely. Uh-huh. So
Interesting.
that's a little bit of background on that amazing gentleman and who he is and how it all works. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Oh, hey, Veronica. Oh, I love
Hi,
Veronica. I've not
Veronica.
seen her in years. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. For those of you all who are just tuning in, welcome back to the Real Chat Daddy Show. We have been on hiatus for a while. We are back. We are here Monday through Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Pacific, and 2 p.m. Hawaii time. Yes, we actually have people that watch the show in Hawaii. We are still on our summer hours. We used to be Monday through Thursday, but things have gotten busy for me. So at least I can commit to Monday through Wednesday night without affecting the show and the quality of this show. And we really do appreciate you guys for tuning in each and every Monday through Wednesday to watch myself and our fabulous co-host, the one and only. Do that again. That wink, I like that. Do that wink again. Woo, the one and only Miss K. Renee of Parents Nuggets of Knowledge. Yes, absolutely. We have a great show planned for you tonight. We're talking about all the hot topics and gossip right now. But coming up later on in the show, health and wellness lifestyle expert. That's what I'm giving him. I had to get his title right. The one and only Mr. Tony Hill of Touché Fitness will be here with us tonight. And Tony will talk to us about our body types and our body shapes and what's the best regimens for us to work out and all of that great stuff. Okay. Right now, we're talking about all the top news stories. We were just talking about the life and times of Mr. Williams, who passed over the weekend. Just shocked. Mr. Michael K. Williams was found dead at the age of 54 in his apartment in New York yesterday, and we are just so sad to hear about his passing. All right, K. Renee, anything else you want to cover and talk about
You
in hot
know,
topics?
we also forgot, and I wouldn't be remiss if I didn't mention this. Greg Leaks, the husband of reality star Lenithia, but we all know her as Nene Leaks.
Yes.
He made his transition over last week at the age of 66. He
Yes.
had stage 3 colon cancer. He was in remission
Mm-hmm.
in 2018, but unfortunately it came back aggressively in June. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, there was I'm sure you saw the video of Miss Lenithia, Nene Leaks, coming to her lounge with her son, and there was an issue where a patron wanted her to wish her happy birthday, and Nene was not feeling it because she explained to the crowd, and she said, "My husband is transitioning on the other side," and
Right.
literally a few days later he did. So, and I know they've already had the memorial service. I think they
Yeah.
had it Monday. But you know, and I'm a reality house. I'm a Real Housewives junkie. I like Atlanta. I like Beverly Hills, Orange County, New York, and Potomac. But of all the house husbands, Greg Leaks he was truly the voice of reason. He never
Yes.
wavered, just very compassionate. And so I know, and you know, Nene and Greg were married for over 20 years. Besides their youngest son, Brent, Greg has other children from other relationship, but I know this is going to really affect Nene, you know, our prayers go out to her and all the Leaks family.
Right.
Um,
I know. Preston is fun.
oh goodness. But you know, it's just, you know, we're entering a new season.
We are.
Our harvest time, or you know, September, as all y'all know. If you don't know, is my
Virgo
favorite.
season.
It's Virgo season. Is my favorite season of the year. But
It's
I'm
just like
looking.
pumpkin spice season. It's just like pumpkin spice season.
Well, you know, I'm spicy enough, so I don't need the pumpkin. I'm just spicy.
I love you. I do. I love you. You are amazing. Yes, you are. Yes.
But my birthday, y'all, is coming up, so I'm
Yes.
looking forward to anniversary 54.
Yay. And we'll be celebrating.
There's more in store at 54, y'all. Just get
Oh
ready.
boy. All right. Well, we'll be celebrating you. That's all I can say. We will
Yes.
be celebrating you. Very good. All right. Well, what else do we have in the news? What did I read about Miss Salone Stevens? What happened with her?
You know, I was so angry when reading this. You know, it's bad enough. We know in the tennis world about Naomi Osaka wanting to take a break to really take care of her mental health. Well, it appears that Sloane Stevens, who is another up and coming tennis star, she's
She
just
really is.
awesome.
Mhm.
She's been receiving a lot of hate mail because she has been doing it to some fans in their mind. She has been doing her job. I mean, she's been getting a lot of hate mail, and you know, sometimes I just want to punch people because until you walk in their shoes, you don't know jack nor snit,
Right.
okay? And
Right.
it just really, I was just angry when reading this article that she, it's bad enough that the pressure of performing to the best of your ability. I mean, I've played tennis. I'm not a tennis expert, but you run around up and down that field trying to hit a little ball. That takes, that's why Serena and Venus. Serena's called the what? The GOAT, right? Because she knows what to do. But I just really I was angry about this story that she's just getting. She received more than 2,000 messages
She
of
did.
abuse and anger after she was defeated at the U.S. Open, and
Yeah.
that just really pisses me off. It's like, look, you try to get yourself in shape to be at a certain level, and losing is part of the process. You're gonna win some games, you're gonna lose some games, and for these folks to send all these hateful messages, because I'm sure it wasn't just about other abuse. I'm sure they've used some other racial slurs in there too, because she's African American. I
Well,
just want
she
to
did write on
pop
her
somebody.
Instagram. She did write on her Instagram, I am human. After last night's match, I got 2K plus messages of abuse and anger from people upset by Friday's results. It's so hard to read messages like these, but I'll post a few so you guys can see what it was like after my loss. And she shared several of her messages on social media platform. One message read, I promise to find you and destroy your legs so hard that you can't walk anymore. And they did it at her, tagged it, fixer and
Mm-hmm.
corruption like you make it used to be banned forever. Just people who do things like that. That's horrible. That's mean. It's just not in the best spirit at all. And again, I feel like this: athletes, media personalities, people who are in the public spotlight, we do this because we love what we do, not to
Exactly.
be ridiculed and talked bad of and made fun of and mocked. And I think we live in a society now where people get a lot of pleasure out of belittling and downing other people in public settings.
But there's a saying, Art, hurt people hurt people. So there's a lot of hurt folks. Because if you love yourself to the fullest, you would never subject yourself to do things like that. So
Right,
unfortunately, there's a lot of hurt folks in this world, and y'all
right.
just need to grow up. How about that?
How
Grow
about
up.
that? How about that? That's right. You're absolutely right about that. All right. What else do we have in the news that we need to talk about?
I know you know this song. Let's see if I can sing it. Caught up in the rapture of love. Da 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 da
Yeah.
da.
Are you
It
singing Anita
sounds like
Baker?
Miss Anita Baker is keeping her masters.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Congratulations.
yes. I mean, and it's funny. She talked about what her sensei was none other than Prince,
Right.
because Prince was so adamant. He created all this stuff, this music. He should be able to keep it. And so Anita, she announced that she is able to take back her music, and I just applaud that. I applaud artists who, when you create music to spread love and spread joy to the world, it should be yours. No one should
Absolutely.
own that but you. Okay? And you
Hmm.
know who was one of the first in the R&B world? Well, I won't say R&B, but Sam Cooke. Sam
That's
Cooke,
right.
when he
That's
created
right.
his own label, he was like, I'm going to create this music and I'm going to own this stuff.
That's right.
So I'm really happy for Anita, because I've seen Anita in concert and she's just awesome. I would love to see her again. Her and Luther, when I saw her, they toured together and they were just kind of they were cool. So this was
Hmm.
good news. I was glad to hear that.
Absolutely. Yes, congratulations to the amazing Miss Anita Baker. I'll never forget when Anita Baker first came out. I fell so madly in love with her, but she was another person that no matter where she was performing, I found my way to go see Anita Baker. Anita Baker's music transcends time, space,
Mm-hmm.
energy. If you don't love Anita Baker's music, something is really wrong because her music
Okay.
is just wonderful. It is just great music. And hopefully
Mm-hmm.
she'll get back out on the road and we'll be able to have an evening of Anita Baker really soon. Wouldn't it
Yes.
be great?
Yes. And we forgot to mention this early in the show because this happened literally after we started our hiatus. You know, let me pose this question. Who is now out as executive producer of Jeopardy?
You know what? I heard that. I heard, that you went for the host position and they said no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. And now they
Mm-hmm.
said you're out as the executive producer of Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that interesting? Because guess who said that to begin with? There would be one chat daddy on this show who said, brother need to go, period. Because he's gonna be mean and nasty to whoever the next host will be. And he's probably going, and then I didn't know he was in charge of Wheel of Fortune and
Yes.
Jeopardy.
Yes. So he's gone.
Man, that's three jobs.
Sony was like,
Right. You out, baby.
you're out, baby.
You out, baby.
So this is going to be really interesting. I know they still have Mian Bialik, who
Yes.
is going to be a host, but now they got to find an executive producer. Ava DuVernay.
Hey, we'll be playing Black Jeopardy. We'll be playing Black Wheel of Fortune. Right, right. What do you put on six wings? What do you put on six wings? Out of mild sauce, salt and pepper. What do you put on six wings? What's the number one answer to what do you put on six wings?
Your mouth, because that's where it's going.
All right now. All right. Okay. I'm
Well,
still trying to get over you talking about chasing tiny balls in the field. I just, I'm just still trying to get over that. I was like, am I gonna just let this go past? Am I gonna let that go past? You said, yeah, chasing them tiny balls and hitting them tiny balls in the field across the field. I said, okay.
Well, that's what tennis is. You get a ball, you hit it. You go up and down, the court, and you hit it.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And let's not forget. Now it doesn't take long to get married, right?
No.
And usually June is a wedding month, but anytime you want to get married. Now this story cracked me up, but I give the newlyweds kudos because I probably done the same thing. These newlyweds, this happened, I think, again right after we went on hiatus. I thought it was funny because you sent it to me. You sent it to me as well. Newlyweds sent $240 bill to guests who were no show at their wedding. And now, folks, I'm sure the folks who didn't show, they probably mad as hell. Now, how the hell they gonna slip me a bill?
Full disclaimer: we will have that couple on this show. That couple is currently in Dubai on their honeymoon.
Okay.
Doug, the husband, the groom, is a dear, dear, dear friend of mine that I have been knowing for a million years.
Oh,
Imagine getting up last weekend and watching the national news, and you hear about this couple that produced a bill for the 8 guests that did not show. They invited 109 guests for a destination wedding in Jamaica, and 8 of the guests did not show up. And I'm trying to figure out, did they not show up at the reception or did they not go on the trip at all? And the crazy piece is it's a destination wedding. Are you guys kidding me? These people would have to pay for every dime of whatever it is that they're partaking at
in
this event. In advance. So as they said, the stuff was paid for. It wasn't a matter of that. It was a matter of checking your moral compass. And I got that 100%. Being an event planner, being someone who I try to plan events and have every detail covered. It is really hard to do that. But that couple will be coming on this show when they're back from their honeymoon. We tried to get them, but we were on hiatus. They'll be on this show when they come back from their honeymoon. We will be talking to them.
I can't wait because I'm with them. Because there's no, I just before coming on air, I want to send a special shout out to celebrate her 90th birthday today. 90 of Mrs. Jessie Payne. I just left her party. and her daughter, which is my big sister, turning Kira Payne. You talk about,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
she was very clear. Like, if you cannot make it, you let me know, because again,
Right.
they're paying in advance. So when you don't show up to things like that, that's very disrespectful.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I
um,
agree. I
but
agree
so I cannot
100%.
wait for that conversation, Chat Daddy. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to that.
They will be a guest on this show when they get back from their honeymoon. We've already talked about it. I'm having lighting issues, you guys, so that's why
Uh
I
oh,
keep reaching out of the atmosphere. All right,
that's
there we
okay.
go. I'm
We
telling you,
got
back
you.
from vacation and everything is just falling apart. Help me, Jesus. Help us, little baby Jesus. But we're here. We're doing what we need to do tonight. We are. Very good. All right, what else do you have in hot topics and news?
Well, oh, I don't know if you saw this, where you know, when Hurricane Ida was going about, one of the NBC reporters was reporting live, and this heckler wanted to call him out, and he was so professional. He just let it just slide,
He
like
did. He
like your
did.
light is doing,
Yeah,
slide.
yeah, that's all right. As long as it keeps me illuminated. Plus, I got on this amazing makeup. So, yes, right.
And
Yes.
you know, that takes restraint, because your human side wants to take him and punch him out live, but he didn't do that. And
No.
I was just really, I was impressed by his professionalism. Debbie, you're so right. The
Right.
people are struggling with these social, you know, how to act, because it seemed like, I don't know. I shared this with you offline, Art, when I was going to Vegas. You'd have thought these fools who went on the plane with me never flew in their life, and they acted such a fool. I was like, Lord, I just want to sleep. Let me
Oh,
get in my seat
I
and go to
told you.
sleep.
Flying now is just crazy. I told you I had a flight to and from Atlanta, and the flight going each way was just crazy. People were crazy, acting crazy, talking crazy. I think it's a destination that people are going to, because I did not have that problem going to Hawaii. Everybody was peaceful, quiet. You heard nothing on the plane. I think places like Atlanta, you know, Las Vegas, places where people go to get turned up is the reason why there's a problem. I think that's what it is. You know, because no, I did not have that issue going to Hawaii. I had that issue to and from Atlanta.
Wow. And I'm sure when people go international, it wouldn't be that big of it, because folks know how,
No,
you need to know how to act. And I think we need to have an etiquette expert, Art. I really,
absolutely,
I think
absolutely.
I need we need to have an etiquette expert to talk about social graces when you go out, because apparently folks have forgotten. I mean, you know, we had back in the day when we were growing, Miss Manners. We need an etiquette expert
Oh,
to
absolutely. Look,
talk to us.
I remember as a child, the first time I ever flew on the airplane, we had to be dressed up, suited
Yes.
and booted to be able to
Yes.
even get on an airplane. You
That's
had to
right.
put on your Sunday best, your Easter outfit. You
Mhm.
looked amazing. My mother, father, anybody who I flew
Mhm.
with was fully dressed. And then as the years went on, even through my teenage years, you put on good clothes and good outfits to get on the
Yes.
plane. It was only after I stopped being a flight attendant did people start changing their attire. You know, oftentimes I'm worried about a jogging suit or sweatpants, because I'm
Mhm.
going to have on a good jogging suit or a
Right.
decent, comfortable jogging suit, just not something that I go out to take the garbage out in, or I just
Right.
woke up in, or something like that. No, I would never do that. Never, ever do that. No.
I think we need to think about having a social etiquette expert to talk
Right,
about that, because I think people
right.
have forgotten now. Just because we in a oh yes, don't wear fluffy
Yeah,
house,
don't wear
yes.
fluffy
And
house shoes on the
wait,
airplane.
did
Yeah.
didn't you post not too long ago of one lady who, you know, had a thong somewhere in the waiting for her luggage and baggage claim? I was like,
Yes.
I,
Well, you know, I started something on social media where I said, if you all are starting to see ridiculous, you know, outlandish things in airports, let me know. I would never post these pictures because I don't want to be, you know, a
you want to be
victim of
sued,
retaliation. I don't want to
right?
come up missing. I don't want y'all to
Right,
become my Lord Pochat Daddy died because he posted somebody's mama on social media looking a fool.
right.
I don't want any of that. but people have been inboxing me some of the craziest things ever that they've seen in airports now, where people think that these outfits are acceptable. And here's the
It's
deal:
not.
we are not body shaming. I'm not
No.
economically talking about anybody's money level, what they can afford. You are not supposed to wear your panties on an airplane and nothing but your panties and a bikini top. I don't
Or
give a damn who you are. It's inappropriate, and you should never do it.
even a shower cap. Shower cap is what's the name of the apparel? A shower cap. You wear it
Right.
on in the shower. You don't wear it on the plane. I mean, that's just to
Mm-hmm.
me. Their
Oh
ancestors were
Lord, wait.
probably
She said I sat next to somebody washing armpits and face with. Oh. I look. I'm sure. I'm sure. I am sure. Now you
what?
talking about the ultimate whole bath. Now you know that take whole bath to a whole new level. That right. That look. That ain't even a whole bath. That's disgusting. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I really. And another thing, somebody said too. Stop going to the bathroom on an airplane and blowing
Okay.
it out. And those look, the lavatories on airplanes are not meant for that, y'all. So whatever you need to do to kind of control your bowels for this flight, I kind of see if maybe you on there 8 to 10 hours. But you flying, you hold thy bowels until you get where you going, unless it's just showing
Amen.
up an emergency. Because I can't even imagine trying to
Oh
go to the
God.
bathroom in that little box.
That was one thing I psyched myself up, Art, when it's going to Vegas because it wasn't a long flight. However, I made sure I said, okay, you're gonna have to use the restroom the moment you deplane and find a clean restroom on the ground, not in
Right,
the air. So,
right,
because
right.
I would probably pass out. Do you hear me? I would pass out. They had to carry me off the damn plane.
Right. People will go and think nothing of it like that. They bathroom at home, and this is
Mm-mm.
not your bathroom at
Mm-mm.
home. This
Mm-mm.
again is blue juice that this is all going in, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it's nasty, and just do not do it. So it's
Thank you.
all about the right etiquette, everything. It
Right.
is. Yes,
Do
absolutely.
not go to the bathroom on the plane unless it's absolutely necessary.
Absolutely, I agree. Yes. All right. Now
Oh,
that we didn't get that clear, whew,
oh
okay.
goodness.
What else we need to cover? Boy, we done covered it all. You can tell we've been on vacation. We done let y'all have it about several different things on here tonight. But I'm
Okay.
telling you, yes, yes, yes,
It
yes.
just. Oh, and guess what year this is for the View? 25. They
25
celebrate their
years.
25th season today. I happened to see it, and I don't know if you saw the ladies, Art, but they look rather light. They look very happy. I wonder why.
Well, because they got rid of that very liberal, um, uh,
Liberal?
well, not
Not
so
liberal.
liberal. I take that back. They got rid of
Conservative.
yes, they got rid of that very staunch and conservative tumor. So I put it to you like that. Yes, that's what that was. They got rid of that very staunch and conservative tumor. And so, yes.
They just look very. I mean, even the show because they're back now. They have a live audience. They were all masked, and it just all the ladies they were just happy. I was like, wow, is
Yeah.
that what it took? They should have got rid of the tumor a long time ago, but they didn't. They didn't ask the tumor to leave. The tumor left on her own.
On her own, she did. She did. And, that's just like you being healed from something. It will eventually leave. When
Yeah.
we talk to our fitness expert, I'm sure he'll tell us, if you do the right things, it will eventually leave and reshape and reform itself. And so
Hmm.
she did leave. And I don't mean her any ill will. I think she's a
No.
wonderful person. But, it was time for her to move on and do something different.
Absolutely. I mean, because even
Yeah.
the other conservative co-host, Miss Sarah Haynes, she has common sense. I like Sarah, even I may not agree with her a lot, but she's very respectful. So it was nice to see the ladies, happy to see one another, and the show looks lighter. That's all I got to say.
All right. Amen. Well, I think our next guest is in the green room. I gave
Okay.
him the wrong time. I had to apologize to him earlier. I said, man, I've been up since 5 a.m. Chicago time.
Oh,
I told him 5 p.m. his time, forgetting he's on Pacific
Pacific
time.
time,
But
right?
then that's what time our show starts out west. And that I said, brother, just Tony, don't hate me. Just love on me and forgive me for that time faux pas, because he definitely was here earlier and ready to go. But
Oh
that's
wow.
okay. He's a fitness god, so he
Of
understands people in
course.
their time. And you
Oh
got a
yes, he
chance to
does.
actually see him while he was out in
I
Vegas, while you were out
did.
in Vegas.
I did. And you know, as I told you privately, when I was going, I let him know in advance, because I said to him, I said, now let me come to Vegas and don't see you. I know I'd have getting a spanking. He like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
you probably would have. So it was good to
Yes.
see him. He looks well, and he said, you know, I still love you, Karen. I said, I know. I said, I'm gonna get myself back where it need to be got. But it was good to see him. It really
Very
was.
good. So now I do have one question before we bring him on camera.
Yes.
Are those guns really like they look when we have him on the?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
are they real
Real,
guns? Are they
the
are they
real,
real?
the real thing, baby.
It's not a sweatshirt he's wearing,
Hell
that
no,
kind of stuff. Yeah,
the
those are
real
his
thing.
real guns.
Yes,
Yeah, he brags about that all the time. So I just wanted to check and make sure. So
yes,
you did an authentic gun check on him,
I
huh, to make
did.
sure.
I
Okay.
did.
All right. All right. Well, I think he's ready. I think he's laughing because a lot of times people lie to us and have on one of them suits where it look like they all buff and swole, and
No, honey,
and then when the
he
camera go off, he take the guns off. Ooh,
hashtag the real deal.
it was the real deal. It
The
was.
real
All right.
deal.
All right. Well, very good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we said before, September is Self Care Awareness Month. And during the entire month of September, our goal on this show is to talk to you guys about everything you need to do to take care of yourselves. And so, to help us to kick off our conversation, and he'll be back with us a couple of more times. Before the month is over, we're just excited and honored to welcome him. He is the founder and CEO of Fit Music Media, but he is also the creative force behind Touché Fitness, which is his fitness regiment company. He'll discuss with us tonight the importance of self care as a part of your daily routine while knowing the dynamics of your body type for an overall fitness journey as we embark on the fall season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. My friend, all around great gentleman, the founder and CEO of Fit Music Media and Touché Fitness. And you verified that those guns are real. The one and only Mr. Tony Hill. Yeah.
Woo!
Yay.
Woo!
Look at that. No, Tony, yeah, we ain't getting ready to do none of that. We're gonna let you do all of that.
Terry Crews ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, right. Did you just make your pets dance too? Did you
Sure
did
did.
we gotta wait. We gotta put you in the big box. Do that again. Hold on. We have technical difficulties tonight.
There
Okay,
you go.
make them do that again.
Terry Crews ain't got nothing on this.
Oh my God. And look, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Mr. Tony Hill. And Tony, not to give your age out, but you're older than Terry Crews, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm 62.
Wow. Tony, it's always amazing to have you here. Your studio behind you looks great. You look amazing. K Renee, huh?
This is functional. This is where I train people at, too.
Nice. Very nice. So K Renee says she actually put her eyes on you, that you are the 100% real deal. And so, Tony, it's been a long journey. We know your backstory, but fitness is essential for people to be able to survive in this day and age, correct? Especially during COVID.
Well, fitness has always been something that you're supposed to focus on. It's just that disease has a really unique way of giving you a reality check, but it has always been the number one thing. God designed it that way. He says bodily exercise profited little. He didn't say it has no profit. It just has profit, a little profit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I agree. So now with September being Self-Care Awareness Month, and tonight we want to talk about body dimensions and size. You sent us some notes. I want to start off with the first tip that you want to talk to us about, which I think is important, is body type. What do you mean by body type? What is a body type?
Well, there is actually 3 different body types. Okay, body types are divided into what ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. I'll explain that to you. But there's 3 between 3 and 5 different body shapes within one body type. This is where you got your pear shape, your rectangle, your box shape, your round shape, things like that. But what I wanted to say that now if you split them up, you got the ectomorph body, right? Is thinner, slimmer boned, naturally lower amounts of both body fat and muscle. An ectomorph is a skinny person. If you do sports, they usually run long distances, right?
Right.
Those are ectomorphs. They can run forever, right? Not every ectomorph is like that. Sometimes you find people who are forced to be skinny, and those are sickly because they're not naturally ectomorphs. Their body type doesn't fit their lifestyle. The other one is the mesomorph. Those are traditionally athletic looking. Traditionally, they're like me. I am a true mesomorph but if I'm not careful, I can be an endomorph, which is a fat body. Okay, which what happens?
Okay, so wait, let me get these morphs together again. What's the first?
Morph them.
The first one was what now?
It's ectomorph.
Ectomorph, and that would be more like your Kenyan runners, people who are right. You kind of came in a little bit. Can you hear me? Will their body types ever change?
The ectomorph, no. What happens is you can change the ectomorph into an athletic, which is a mesomorph, but it takes longer because the muscles are longer and they're thin. So you have to train them heavy, and you have to have a high calorie diet, which is they have to eat good high calories and train heavy to get the muscle density that they need to change the way they look from skinny to mesomorph, which is me, which is athletic.
Okay.
So, but a mesomorph like me, I'll look sick if I become an ectomorph.
Okay. Yes.
Because that means if I reduce my calories and do high cardio, I can be thin, but I won't look right because I'm a true mesomorph. Now, endomorphic bodies, which are the person who is like can really get fat. See, I can do that if I throw my diet away.
Okay.
But I can jump back into being muscular. But an endomorph, which is naturally heavy, actually has a harder time depending on their lifestyle. If your lifestyle actually determines whether you're endo, ecto, or meso, it determines your health. Because if usually ectomorphs they're healthier because they don't carry a lot of body fat. Your endomorph carries a lot of body fat, so they're usually unhealthy. The mesomorph is usually healthy. This is the standard, right? Now, if your lifestyle is bad, the ectomorph can be called skinny fat. And a mesomorph can be actually fat, just like an endomorph. But an endomorph, which is a fat person, you see, it is kind of complicated in a way if you think about it that way. But when I look at people, I always look at their body types. Body types determine the exercises that you do and the food that you eat. I'm like this. If you wear a size 7, why would you buy a size 10 shoe?
Right.
So what's happening is people they don't know their body types, so they go to the gym and what do? They lift weights. And they don't really, if you don't know your body type, you don't know what exercises work. You don't even know what is food. So you go on these diets that's not going to work for your body type because nobody took the time to tell you what that is and how to eat and how to train. An endomorph should never lift weights for at least 3 months.
Interesting.
Because an endomorph is heavy by nature. So an endomorph should learn how to use their own body weight and not add something that's not natural, which is a weight or a machine or something like that. An ectomorph can get away with weight training. A mesomorph, I can do weight training and high cardio and look great. See, mesomorphs are athletic. But an ectomorph can't do, an ectomorph is built for high cardio. That's why they stay lean. But they can lift weights and get a little bit more size to their muscle. But an endomorph, the endomorphic body, they have to use their own body weight, learn mechanics. Because endomorphic bodies are usually have all the health issues. Most of them.
Okay. You know, I not to joke, but you know, on this show we do joke. I want to talk about people who have developed what I consider are like Oompa Loompa bodies now. You know, when we were coming up, we never. You know what I'm talking about? Oompa Loompa is, and I'm gonna give it to you. Okay. We never heard of foopers when we were young. You may have had an aunt that was a bigger woman or something like that, but now people are accentuating their fooper, which is that fat pack in the front. People seem to be glorifying it, and I call it Oompa Loompas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's almost like body dysmorphia, if I'm correct about that.
No, and again, you are so right about that, because in bodybuilding it's the same way.
Okay.
Because bodybuilders dealing with the same situation. They don't want to be small, so they call it bigorexia.
Oh, bigorexia.
Right, because they can't see themselves small, so that's where they have to be bigger. They take the drugs and everything to get bigger.
Interesting. Let's talk about body shapes. Let's talk about the various body shapes.
Okay, so when you're looking at, say for example, the body shape is not as important as the body type, right? So you take a person who has, let's go with the endomorph, which is the person who is heavy, or you say Oompa Loompa.
The Oompa Loompa.
When I see somebody like that, I say, my God, you got so much energy. Come on, let's work out together.
Got you. Okay. So that's your way of getting in there. Okay.
Right. Now, if you take an endomorph can have an hourglass body. Because, you know, if you watch Instagram, you see those Instagram models, they like small waist, you know, they come out like, you know what I mean? Right. So what happens is that, but here's the misconception at this whole thing. The body shape, whether it's a triangle, which actually you small up top and you grow this way out here, okay? Or you have an oval body, or you have a round, like a figure 8. You have, this is here, and this is here, and this is here. What happens is the body shape will actually expose the illness. Because if in fact the midsection is actually round, what you got here is the gut is sick. So when you fat around your stomach, the intestinal tract, the bacteria is wreaking havoc in your body. And the longer you hold on to that gut, the more the cells the cells get bad, they get worse, and they can't fight, they can't defend you hardly. And see, when you take it like you said, when you say, oh, it's just a part of my life, we may see that, but their quality of living is terrible, but they're not going to share that.
Right.
Because in reality, scientifically, if your stomach is big, you have got a problem. And by the time you discover it, and you can go to the doctor and get a clean bill of health every time you see the doctor, because the body's actually trying to, it's God's way, and grace and mercy, it's his way of saying, listen, I know you're struggling, but hey, I'm going to give you another chance. So you go to the doctor and say, oh, you got a clean bill of health, but you know what? You say, oh, my blood works good. God says, okay, all right. I love you, but this is not the way I designed you because you have emotional issues. You can't move. You can't exercise, and your joints are hurting. You go to the doctor. Says, "Oh, you still on your medication or whatever? You're doing good. Oh, you're doing good." And God says, "Okay." So this can go on for like 10 years, and then all of a sudden you're not feeling good, and you go to the doctor, and he says cancer. See, cancer was already going on. You just didn't pay attention. And it's really interesting. Everybody that I talk to, because I lost my mother. My mother was diagnosed with cancer. She had bone cancer. Now, in bone cancer, it was really interesting because I talked to her doctor, because my mother was in medicine as well. So they really took care of her at the hospital where she worked. So I talked to the physician who was watching my mom, and I asked him a question. I says, "How is it you with a good conscience can actually give my mother something that says there it causes cancer?" See, chemotherapy and radiation, that stuff. Every time my mother did the treatment, she would feel terrible, and I would get her own juices, and I would juice for her, and I would take, and she would feel so great. Then when she get the treatment, bam. And I asked the doctor, and the doctor deflected and looked at my mother and said, "Now, you know why you have to do this." He looked down at her. She looked up at him. She says, "Because you say so." And so right there, I says, I'm going to love my mom no matter what, because that's just where she's at. Now, here's the irony of the whole thing. My mother went through 2 surgeries, major surgeries with bone cancer now. She actually went into a coma. We got to work, and Mom don't want to suffer. So we told them, we got in the family, and they says, "Okay, just take her off life support." As soon as they took my mother off life support, boom, she came back alive, right? This is 8 years. Guess what took my mother? She got a scratch in her throat from swallowing something wrong, and she got an infection in her throat, and that killed her. The cancer didn't even kill her.
Oh, no. You know what, Tony? I've heard of stories like that. Mm-hmm.
The therapy, the radiation and chemotherapy destroyed her good cells. Now, I want you to kind of focus on what I just experienced with my mom and what I know to be true, because science is true. It's how God made us. Look at today. It's right there in our face. But do we trust what God created, or do we trust man who destroyed it for their own glory? This is a personal decision. You can justify anything you want to do, and you're right about it. I tell people all the time, you're right about how you look. If you don't like your body, change it. You got a body type. Just because you're endomorph and you've been heavy most of your life, don't mean you gotta be that way. You can change that. Just because you're skinny and you want to put some muscle on, you can do that. If you're a mesomorph and you're an athlete and now your performance has gone down, you can change that. The body type is nothing more than God's calling card that says, "Listen, you're different and you're unique. And I love you the way you are, but you got to better yourself. Don't let life kill you and then come to me and want me to fix you, and then you kill yourself again." How many deaths have people died simply because they didn't care enough about themselves, justified about their own life and situation? God loves you so much, he lets us just go and just say, you say, "Well, I don't want to do this because, every time I do this, this happens." Well, you're speaking, because life and death is in the power of your tongue. God's word is right. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. What you say could either give you life or kill you. So how many times have you killed yourself by simply saying, and then you go pray for what? It doesn't go together.
Right.
It doesn't. So no matter how many people I talk to, this is why I know that this is a gift from God. And this is why I love your show, Chad Daddy, because it's a platform. And I've been on many platforms, but this is a platform that's really near and dear to my heart because, I'm part Native American. And, my great-great-grandfather was a slave. So I know my family tree. But I'm from Indiana. And it was brothers And I just gotta say it like it is. This black man pulled me aside. I'm a little kid from project, and they told me, Tony, you better than that. My mom told me that she told me she put good things in me, and all I'm doing right today is just giving away what these men put in my life. They didn't let me die. They
Right.
made me believe in myself. When the village raised a child, I'm a byproduct of that, and that's why I love your show so well, because it's connected to the truth. We need to stop believing what we hear and trust God about what He created. That's the key.
Right. Preston said diet is the biggest puzzle to good health. Eat right, be right. Absolutely. Ursula said, amen. Amen, Tony. You are
simply means, diet simply means food. See, diet simply means food. Now, if you look at it the way society has sold it to you, take the first three letters, and what does that spell?
It's death. Die.
D-I-E.
That's right. Die. And hit it with the T.
Right. Right.
Yes, but I use that T. I use that T at the end. It says transparent. Look at the first three letters. You got to see it. See, when I say I'm going to put you on a diet, I don't mean I'm going to take away your calories. I mean I'm going to change the way you eat. I'm going to detox you, which doesn't mean juicing and all this and enemas. And people don't really understand when you do this, good stuff comes out with the bad. So how do you replace it? Do you know how to replace it after detoxing? Or do you just detox, lose 10 pounds, and then you got 40 pounds back and you don't understand why? See, the reality is God put it right in front of us. We dare to believe the truth. We dare to believe.
Right.
We dare. So we get caught up in religion and tradition and how we were raised and all this other stuff. And God said, hold up. It's simple. You don't like yourself? Change yourself. I gave you the information. That's how it works.
I love it. K. Renee, what do you want to say to Tony? I love it. It is a sermon. It's not a lesson.
Wait, I was thinking of that. I said, wait, but what's today? Today is Tuesday, not Sunday, because I swear I feel like I'm in church right now. So there we go.
I just love people, because, no matter what color you are, I love people, and God gave me a message, and the message is very simple. I mean, we're all disciples. That's what He called us to be, not Christians. People got that all twisted.
Right.
So, with knowing that, you're my brother and you're my sister, and to have an opportunity to share with even those out there, it's like, wow, I'm excited. At 62, I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to, like, tomorrow when I wake up. Tomorrow, I see tomorrow, I'll be sleeping. When I wake up, I go, Lord, by your permission, I'm alive today. What's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I try not to bring yesterday into today.
Right.
Because, I told a client the other day, I says, listen, yesterday is the past, okay? So the past is done already, but it's a choice. Is it your truth for today? Because if the past is your truth for today, then it'll affect your future. Because today is the present, and it's a gift. It's a gift that's for you to create today, using the past as a buffer to understand what goes in and what goes out. So if you're always talking about your past, you're going to have a terrible future, and you're going to miss the gift that God put in front of you, which is today. Today is what He gave you. Today. So, Karen,
Tony.
I don't know if I can say this on your show, but I tell people this all the time. I said excuses are like buttholes. We all got one, right?
That's right. That's right.
And I'm like, you know what? The maximum effective range of an excuse is 0. Especially when you're talking to me, because you're a beautiful young lady. And you need to stop. You just need to stop. You need to stop, but you need accountability. We all do. We all need it. All of us. And that's what we don't want. We think we're
I
good.
agree.
You know we're not good. What happened to it takes a village to raise a child? Well, we got too old. We don't need each other anymore.
I was getting ready to say, Tony, before we get out of here, age and mobility. Age and mobility seems to be a big issue for a lot of people. How do we deal with that?
Okay, easy. Here's the thing. Age, mobility, right? Okay, age, the body has no chronological awareness of age. None. Age has a lot to do with culture. Culture embodies food. Culture embodies movement or activity. Culture embodies experience. That affects your mobility as you get older, you see. But the age itself, the body has no chronological awareness of age, period. It all has to do with where we come from. That is what creates who we are today. That's the beauty of meeting someone in your life, whoever that is, because that person is totally different from you. And once you accept that difference, then you can clearly apply your difference and you work together in your journey. That's the only thing that's going to change age and mobility. So if you're not healthy and you meet somebody who's fit and you're willing to cross over, there you go. If you meet somebody who's not healthy and you're going to cross over to somebody like you, you're not going to get out of your culture. You meet people for a specific reason so that age does not affect your mobility, but age gives you wisdom to create a better mobile life toward a great ending. That's basically how that works. That's why we meet people. That's what's so awesome.
I
if you want to be alone, though, if you want to be alone because you can't get along, you're screwed.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Kay Renee, anything in closing you want to say?
Just 3 words. Well, actually 4. I love you, Tony.
Oh, let me see if I can do this. I always do a circle. I can't get that right yet.
You can't get that hard right, Tony. See,
there you go.
I said can't.
There it is. See, I get that hard right.
Hey,
you know what, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Somebody just put up here the body shape of a fire hydrant. Is there a fire hydrant shaped type body? I mean, I guess that kind of goes with the Oompa Loompa kind of situation, you know.
Hey, you're right about that. Exactly. Because it's like this here, right? It's here and it's now. Now, usually what happens is you can always change your shape. It's called symmetry. The difference between a weightlifter and a bodybuilder, which I have a book called Weightlifting is Not Bodybuilding, because the difference between the two is a weightlifter just exercises, but a bodybuilder works on symmetry. And you can literally change the shape of your body no matter what shape it is. You can change it, but it requires hard work, dedication, and commitment. And nutrition, rest, and exercise, those 3. Without any one of those 3, you're going to stay a fire hydrant. So if you don't want to stay a fire hydrant, rest, food, hydration.
Yep. Rest, food, and hydration. I agree. I think it might just be the food thing I need to stay away from. I only like to eat certain things now, and that's so weird. So we'll have to talk about that as well.
That is not whiskey, wine, beer.
No. H2O. Good old H2O. Good old H2O. Shut up. Stay off of my social media. I have to try those martinis to make sure they really, taste like.
Chat Daddy, hey, Karen, Chat Daddy be partying. He
does.
I'm coming to Chicago, and I just gotta be prepared not to go to sleep.
Yeah, right. That's all. Look, I know the best places for cocktails. Trust and believe me. I know the best places we can go hang out. Tony, in closing, what do you want to say to everybody tonight before you leave? Give us some words of wisdom, and then we'll tell them how they can get in touch with you.
Well, I used a quote that a really, really good friend of mine. I was his personal coach for approximately 2.5 years, John Maxwell. If you're familiar with him, I was his personal coach for his family for approximately 2.5 years. He gave me his first book, and I've been saying it ever since. We're talking years. Change is never easy, yet growth demands it. So if in fact you want to get in touch with me, you go to touchefitness.com, fitmusicmedia.com, and you can get all of my workshops, my classes. We do have merchandise and everything you can buy. And also we're redoing our Fit Music Media page, because now I find out that there's a lot of talent out there. And so what we're doing is doing that Motown thing where we're taking a one-stop shop. And I have an incredible team of Fit Music Media. If you go to fitmusicmedia.com, you'll see that, from Prodigal Son to Jeff Weber, and there is some other people that are Emmy Award-winning engineers. Our goal is to help people know exactly what to expect from the industry, how to keep their money, how to make their money. We also have dope producers and writers that involved to teach them about the business. And that's a mentorship program we have with that. And I also have what is called Touché Business Development Program, where actually I'm teaching people right now, to be able to be wealthy in this industry and not lose your money, and to retain your clients so that they can have a great life and future. But it first starts with you.
I love it. Amen. We do have a question. Is there a book that you recommend for people who worry about nutrition?
Okay, I think it's on Barnes & Noble. We have a book. It's called 8 Weeks to a New You. A New You in 8 weeks. If you put that in, you'll see a new you in 8 weeks. That's over 30 years of Karen and I, not this Karen, my wife's name is Karen. That's why I know it's but that's KK. Okay, but we put this over 30 years of experience. And it breaks it down. It's the Bible. You follow that book, we've got exercise, we've got food, you can't go wrong. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Mr. Tony Hill. Football, wrestling, solid truck like fire plug, strong but not soft. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. That sounds like somebody's preference of person they looking for. I ain't mad at that at all. Right. That sounds like what they look. Right. That sounds like somebody I'd be looking at. I digress. Way past my bedtime. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I digress.
Yeah,
I do. Tony, flex for the audience one more time for us before we have to run.
All right now. The real deal.
Yay, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Mr. Tony Hill, touchefitness.com. He has books, merchandise, fitness programs, whatever you need. He was here tonight to help us kick off September, being Self-Care Awareness Month. Tony, we appreciate you so much. Always.
Thank you so much.
Great feedback. Somebody just said, great show. Thank you, Imelda. We appreciate you so much. Let me put her comment up there. She said, great show. Enjoyed looking and listening. Have a blessed evening. Absolutely. You gave eye candy tonight, Tony. See there? That's what we love about you. Right. We offering
next time in a tight shirt and some shorts. How about that? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, look. Whatever garners ratings. We're not mad on this show. We don't discriminate. We do not discriminate on this show. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Mr. Tony Hill. God bless, my friend. I'll be in touch soon. Thank you.
Sir.
Have a great night. See you later.
Be good. Okay.
All right.
I got you.
I'll try to be good, Tony.
All right, babe.
Okay.
See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
One on Mr. Tony Hill. That was incredible.
Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. I told you today's Sunday. Today not Tuesday, it's Sunday.
He took us to church. He did. He took us to church.
We were church. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's why I was quiet. I was like, okay, let me listen because I'm in church now.
Right. Well, I guess Oompa Loompa, Morpha Loompa, Soompa Loompa. I got to figure out all the damn Loompas he was talking about. Because I just know, I just said, Lord, TikTok is just so full of people. I look at the fact that if you look at our people from the 50s, the 60s, and even the 70s, compared to how we look and how younger people nowadays are looking, it's incredible to me. And then the number of people who go for cosmetic surgeries, and I don't know, everything is just so fascinating now. So it's good to have somebody like Tony that's able to break it all down and tell us all about it. Well, Kay Renee, do you have a delicious nugget of knowledge for us since you've been gone for so long?
I do, but I wanted to let you know. Guess who's coming back? We're kicking off Candid Conversations this Saturday.
Oh, wonderful!
And actually, we're changing the date and day and time. Actually, Saturday mornings, and we have a very special guest. Because guess what Saturday is? The 20th anniversary of 9/11. And we're going to have a special guest, a young lady who was in the Pentagon when it happened. So I'm looking forward to having that candid conversation. But here's the nugget. I wrote on my Facebook page talking about strength. So here is your nugget for tonight. If I can pull it up here. Here we go. Never forget how far you come. Everything you've gone through. All the times you've pushed on even when you felt you couldn't. All the mornings you got out of bed no matter how hard it was. All the times you wanted to give up, but you got through another day. Never forget how much strength you have developed along the way. And that's Live Your Truth Tuesday. # know and have faith in your strength.
Fabulous. For more information, it's karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. Congratulations on Candid Conversations with K and K coming back this Saturday. You didn't mention what time Saturday.
At 11 a.m. Central.
Very nice. Well, congratulations to you ladies. I can't wait to see what you come up with on Saturday. All right. Tune in tomorrow night, the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show with Kay Renee in the co-host chair. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about our 10 days of self-care. Starting Monday, September 13th, we're going to practice 10 days of self-care. I'm going to give you guys things you need to do the night before or days before. Follow me on social media. We'll talk about these self-care tips that we hope make a difference in your life. And then tomorrow night, fingers crossed, we'll have the host of Chicago's newest daytime TV talk show joining us here tomorrow night to talk about their new show that will be premiering next week. All right. And we have a lot of great guests coming up next week as well, too. All right. And you are absolutely right. This coming Saturday is the anniversary of 9/11. And so thank you, ladies, for commemorating that occasion and talking about it on the anniversary.
Oh, yeah. And it's interesting. I can't believe it's been 20 years. I have to ask you, Art, where do you remember where you were when 9/11 hit? I know where I was.
Absolutely. Can we talk about that tomorrow on the show?
Absolutely. We sure
We'll talk about that tomorrow night on the show. I promise you. I'll tell you the whole story. All right?
All right.
Very good. For more information about yours truly, please go to therealchatdaddy.com. Again, that's therealchatdaddy.com. You can find out more information. If you know of anyone who may be struggling, September is Suicide Awareness Month. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 800-273-8255. Again, that's 800-273-8255. And they're there, or any of us as friends are always there for a friend who needs to talk. But make sure you call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline if you're having any struggles or any problems. Okay? All right. Yep. Anything else, my dear, before we skedoodle?
Oh, and make sure, guys, since the Real Chat Daddy is on YouTube, you better hit that bell and subscribe. That's the way you get all the tea about the Real Chat Daddy. Make sure you do that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And also support the ladies of Candid Conversations with K and K. Yay! This coming Saturday at 11
a.m.
11 a.m. Thank you so much, Renee.
Thank you, Miss Renee. My namesake.
Yes, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Have a safe and beautiful night. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for another edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Yay! I feel like a week is gone by that quick, but that's because we had yesterday the holiday off. We had the holiday off, so it's a cheat factor somewhere. All right, we love you guys so very much. God bless and have a wonderful night, everybody. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.